Who is Lord Ras's mysterious master? This question has loomed over Ninjago, Dragons Rising, since Lord Ras first uttered the words, "Yes, my master, I understand." Throughout seasons 1 through 3, we've seen Ras, a formidable tiger-like warrior, carry out a shadowy plan on behalf of an unseen mentor. Yet, the identity and true goals of this master remain one of the biggest mysteries in the series. In this video, we'll delve into everything we know so far about Ras's master, analyze the clues and hints scattered across the show and official LEGO sources, and explore the leading theories on who or what this powerful being could be. Finally, we'll discuss what this could mean for Season 4 of Dragons Rising, and whether the upcoming season might finally reveal Ras's master once and for all. Note, Season 4 hasn't aired yet, so what follows are predictions and theories based on official information and fan speculation. We'll keep it as factual as possible while still having fun with possibilities. Before unraveling the mystery of his master, let's quickly recap who Lord Ras is and why he's so important. Lord Ras is one of the primary antagonists introduced in Ninjago, Dragons Rising. He's a fearsome tiger humanoid warlord, known for his incredible strength, combat skills, and ruthless leadership. Once a high-ranking dragon hunter for Imperium, the empire that sought to capture source dragons, Ras eventually pursued his own agenda under the guidance of a secret master. He wears a terrifying tiger mask and wields a massive golden warhammer called the Icon of the Source Dragon of Strength. This weapon, forged from elemental power, allows Ras to strike down his enemies with ease. It's no coincidence that Ras favors strength. Both his fighting style and his philosophy revolve around power and dominance. Ras's personality is as intimidating as his appearance. He demands absolute loyalty and competence from his minions, punishing failure without mercy. Initially serving Empress Beatrix of Imperium as a dragon hunter, Ras proved to be an ambitious and cunning character. Over time, he revealed that he was following a greater plan that transcends Imperium's goals, a plan given to him by his mysterious master. This makes Ras more than just a brute enforcer. He's a believer in a larger vision. His fearsome reputation, coupled with hints of a tragic backstory, more on that soon, make him one of the most compelling villains the new series has to offer. From the moment Ras first mentioned having a master, fans knew something big was at play. Unlike typical Ninjago villains who often act on their own ambitions, Ras is taking orders from someone even more powerful. So far, this master has never been seen on screen, at least not in a recognizable form. We only witness Ras communicating with them in cryptic scenes. For example, in Season 2's episode Rising Ninja, Ras speaks into thin air saying, "This was just one step in the plan. We will still conquer the Tournament of the Sources and dominate the Source Dragons. Then all the power you need will be yours." His tone is reverent and fearful, indicating just how much respect he has for this entity. What do we know about Ras's master from official sources? According to the Ninjago lore compiled so far, Ras's master is an unnamed individual described as a mysterious celestial being who resides in a place called the Cauldron of Realms. This being rescued Ras when he was just a cub and became his mentor, teaching him the ways of strength. In a flashback, Season 2's The Forest of Spirits, a young Ras, trapped and helpless, was saved by a glowing presence, presumably his master, which set him on the path of seeking power. This early encounter forged Ras's unwavering loyalty. It seems the master imbued Ras with his obsession with strength, and likely provided him with his enchanted hammer and other dark tools. Ras's master is the architect of a grand scheme that spans realms. The goal? To harness the energy of the Source Dragons, ancient dragons tied to fundamental elements, and use that power to achieve supremacy over the newly merged world. In fact, Ras's ultimate mission for his master is to conquer the Tournament of the Sources and dominate the Source Dragons, thereby collecting enough dragon power to fuel the master's endgame. What is that endgame? It appears to involve reversing the merge. The merge was the cataclysmic event that fused many realms, dimensions, into one. Ras's master seemingly wants to undo that or reshape the world to their liking. This raises the stakes tremendously. We're talking about a villain with cosmic-level ambitions. One striking thing about the master is how they communicate and intervene. When Ras faltered or needed help, the master would contact him remotely, often accompanied by dramatic phenomena like glowing light or teleportation. In Season 2's The Spell at the Waterfall, Ras abruptly cut short a conversation because his master was contacting him with new instructions. Later, when Ras's own plans went awry, he reached out in desperation. The master responded by teleporting Ras and his followers, the Wolf Clan and others, out of danger, whisking them to a distant field. This display of power, moving people and even an entire dojo instantly across the world, left even the ninja stunned. Nia and Lloyd, upon learning about the master, wondered who could wield such power, specifically the ability to teleport others so effortlessly. Clearly, Ras's master possesses abilities far beyond any ordinary villain we've seen. In those moments of contact, Ras is often shown looking upward and speaking to a presence that isn't fully shown. The master's voice isn't a normal voice at all. Viewers have noted that when closed captions appear during these scenes, the master's speech is labeled simply as as celestial noise. That eerie detail implies the master's communication might be telepathic or in a language of the cosmos. All these clues paint a picture of a being that is ancient, otherworldly, and immensely powerful, a puppet master pulling strings from the shadows while Ras acts as their enforcer in the mortal world. To predict what might happen in Season 4, we need to assemble the puzzle pieces from the previous seasons. The writers have been dropping hints about Ras's master all along, gradually building up the mystery. Let's break down the key moments and clues from each season. Season 1. Ras is initially an ally of convenience to Imperium's ruler, but by the end of the season he reveals a deeper allegiance. In the episode The Power Within, Princess Jordana discovers that her rare ability to absorb a dragon's energy is exactly what Ras wants, not for Imperium, but for his master's scheme. After escaping Imperium's clutches, Ras contacts his master to report on Jordana's powers, emphasizing how useful she could be to the master's ultimate objective. This is our first clear sign that Ras is serving someone else and gathering assets, like Jordana, for that being's plan. It's also the first time we hear Ras refer to my master in ominous terms. By the end of Season 1, Ras defects from Imperium entirely, setting out on his own path. Season 2. Now operating independently with his Wolf Clan followers and other allies, Ras actively works toward his master's goals. One major plot in Season 2 is Ras attempting the ritual of the blood moon. In The Spell at the Waterfall, Ras's master gives him new instructions mid-conversation, prompting Ras to declare he has a new plan involving collecting 5 cloud monks as sacrifices for the blood moon ritual. This ritual was meant to free the remaining members of the Forbidden Five, a group of ancient evil warriors, from imprisonment. Ras likely pursued this on his master's orders, possibly to bolster their forces. However, the ninja interfered, and the ritual ultimately failed. In the aftermath, episode Rising Ninja, Ras, frustrated and cornered, directly called upon his master for help. What followed was a dramatic demonstration of the Master's power. Ras and his entire faction were teleported away in an instant. The Master summoned Ras into their void, a mysterious dimension, where Ras, kneeling, vowed not to fail again and promised to win the Tournament of the Sources and subjugate the Source Dragons for their cause. This was perhaps the most we'd heard Ras speak to his Master on screen, underscoring how crucial those dragons are to the Master's plan. Season 2's finale, titled The Final Game, dropped another clue. During a confrontation, Ras threatened 2 of the Forbidden Five, Noct and Rox, saying, "You will go with me to the Cauldron of Realms and complete my master's will, or you will be crushed." This line is huge. It name-drops the Cauldron of Realms, confirming that's the master's domain, and shows Ras coercing even other villains to serve his master's design. The Cauldron of Realms itself is noted to be the home of Ras's master. We later learned from the show's writers that the Cauldron of Realms is not exactly a normal realm or land. It's described more like a forge of realities, possibly a place where realms can be created or altered. All this foreshadows that Ras's master is operating from a realm beyond normal reach, presumably preparing for a grand event like undoing the merge. Season 3. The stakes climb even higher. Ras doubles down on gathering what his master needs. Early in Season 3, episode Human Resources, as Ras exits the Monastery of Mysterium, he is contacted by his master again, receiving new instructions, a moment so odd that the heroes Aaron and Sora witness Ras talking seemingly to no one. This shows Ras's master is constantly monitoring events and adjusting the plan. Later in the season, Ras manages to use an ancient facility called the Forge of the Forgotten to create another Source Dragon icon, a magical artifact used to summon or control Source Dragons. Specifically, he forges an icon in the form of a bone sword, adding to the warhammer he already wields. Each icon is tied to a different Source Dragon. Ras's golden hammer was the icon of the Strength Dragon, and now he'd made an icon presumably for another dragon, perhaps one of the unknown ones. Right after this forging, in the episode Under the Light of a Mechanical Moon, Ras's master contacts him once more. This time, the master is angry, furious about the delays caused by the ninja's interference. Ras, ever fearful and obsequious, assures his master that he will continue to pursue their glory and proceeds with the next phase of instructions. The emotional tone here is telling. We get a sense that the master has little patience left, and Ras is under immense pressure to deliver results. Season 3 also brings the heroes into the loop about the master's existence. In the episode The Shape of Motion, after the ninja learn that Ras is taking orders from someone, Nia admits they have no idea who Ras's master is. Lloyd questions how any being could have the kind of power Ras's master has shown, for instance the teleportation ability that moved an entire dojo in Season 2. This dialogue is essentially the show winking at the audience. Yes, the master is extraordinarily powerful, and even our heroes are baffled by them. It sets the stage for the master to be a reveal of epic proportions when the time comes. By the end of Season 3, Ras is still at large, charge, battered from conflicts with the ninja, and even clashes with the rebellious Forbidden Five, but not defeated. And his master remains unrevealed. All the plot threads, the collected Source Dragon icons, the looming tournament of the sources, the unresolved merge reversal plan, are primed for a dramatic payoff in the next season. Season 4 is poised to finally shine a light on Ras's master as the central antagonist, as Ras's own arc has been building toward that confrontation.